We actually haven't had a guy yet, but should we bring a guy, there will be a cool guy.
Bring a guy here. Why would that be there?
Why would they be here? Why would a man be there? Hi guys! Welcome back to another episode of This Should Bother You with Pateka,
Saha,
and
Isi.
Welcome to the cast.
Thank you for having me.
thank you for being here.
Thank you for joining us. We brought you guys another special guest, our lovely Isi, who you will get to know more if you continue watching the episode. And what's been bothering you this week, Sahar?
Mine is seeing. I'm so sorry, but I think I have to. It's a thing I've been looking and seeing a lot this week, and I've just I usually don't think about it too much because I surround myself with so many amazing POC women, so I don't really get to think about that. I just know that it exists, right? I've been seeing so many white women in the creative fields be so successful, but they're not that talented.
Oh.
And I'm like, I've been working on my craft for like 10 years, and damn, girl, like white girlies like in those places that I want to be in, and they haven't put even like as much time in. Their mummy and daddies are somebody, and it's just like, wow. And then I think I just clocked that for me it might happen later, even though I've been working longer.
Yeah.
And I think that just made me really upset.
You are also young though, dude.
You're also.
I know, but I think I just had an analysis this week, and I just realized, oh, cool, I see how it, like, I really, like, I knew how it was, but I'm like, rah, you lot really don't, right? Like, I don't know, POCs like that.
Especially POC women. Like, it's
Yeah.
a definite hard thing and something to definitely be, like, upset about. Because it just feels like sometimes with these corporations and stuff, it's always, like, the fear of the other.
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh, they're always like, oh, we're not sure if it'll do well. We're not sure where to But then there's always a POC that does well or even exceeds expectation. And then everyone is like, oh, wow, yeah, we always knew you would do.
Yeah,
And
it seems like whenever we excel, it's an outlier as opposed to like the expectation or the norm.
Yeah.
Don't you feel like it's also just like an overcorrection that we're doing right now? Because there was a phase in time where it was like diversity, like every show we'd watch or everything. Like there were a lot of studios doing a huge push towards elevating these like Black and POC creators, and it was great. We got like so many brilliant like shows. Yes, they didn't last that long. Some of them made it to 3 seasons. Some of them died in their pilot season or whatever. But I feel like there was an era. Especially like I'd say like between like 20 maybe around like your 2018s that era up until like, or like maybe I'd say even like 2016 to 2020, and then like I think 2020 onwards it was just giving an overcorrection.
Like, oh, we're done.
It was like oh too much. We did too much. We let them have too much fun. Let's
even though the casts were diverse, I still don't think the writers were diverse, because you can tell in the way the stories were, like some things that some of these like people would say would be very like stereotypical cringy, but because it was like a POC diverse cast, but I don't think the writing did any justice, and then people didn't like it, and then obviously people were like start to complain that like, oh, the reason why the show did badly was because there's POC cast, and I just think that. And then Hollywood uses that to be like, okay, yeah, we did our part. Okay, we're over it. But I don't think you're doing it genuinely. You're not doing it properly, because there's so many shows like Abbott Elementary. So good.
like Insecure.
Fantastic. Like that do it really well, and it's doing well. Like I just feel like, what did those writers' rooms look like? I don't think they were as diverse as they should have been. I think there were honestly white people who were just like, oh, I think this character should say something like this, or they try to appeal to like a Gen Z like audience, but the phrases to me just don't hit. I just feel like I've never heard anyone say certain phrases, and then obviously the show doesn't do well, the movie doesn't do well, and then people are like, oh, it's because it was POC, enough of you. And then that's where and you hear stories about all these actors, POC actors, who are like, oh, when this show was over, it was very hard for them to get like a new job because their show bombed, and it's like, but it wasn't their fault.
Yeah.
It was,
you know,
especially like, and I was at an event yesterday, and like I was watching, because I went to Goldsmiths for my undergrad in fine arts, and I struggled so much there in my first year, because I even got my professor into anti-racism classes because he made such a crazy comment against one of my like paintings. But there was a lot of white girlies there who like loved this idea of being pov, and like making like poverty, like trying to make
they liked the idea of being poor.
They, I don't know how to describe it to you, but like rich white girlies or the rich people, they cosplay in South. I've seen it so much in South London.
Cosplay being like, I don't know if the word is.
Are you guys bored that you're cosplaying poverty?
But then people,
like,
or try to act like.
Is it? I don't know.
Try to act, I get what you mean. I think like trying to act like you're struggling more than you're struggling.
Yes.
Like even if it's not like money is your struggle, but being like, oh, this was like, you can be like, oh my god, it was so hard for me to get my film done. And they're like, yeah, I was scraping through to get my.
You
were not.
And I think in London, like I remember, like they would, I don't know, use these things that they would see, like these cultural, I don't know, things that they would find in South London, or like, you know, just see minorities who aren't doing as well financially, and I think they'll take inspiration from the rawness of London, and they'll make art to it, and it'll look great, it'll be fantastic. But if someone who's actually from them areas actually has gone through poverty, has gone through not being wealthy, and is creating something just community based, it's not as highly put up. And I think I was just deeping at this event yesterday. There's this like amazing painter, and she's this white woman, and I was thinking, I was like, I've been painting for so long, going to Goldsmiths, like damn, and I was like, I should have put in more effort for my paintings and showcase my paintings. But then at the same time I was like, stop comparing yourself to a white woman. And then I think I started thinking about that more, and then that made me upset, because I've been feeling like that in work areas as well, where I'm just like, like I need the confidence of a white woman, I need to just not give a shit. And I'm just like, and sometimes I see, by the way, it's not just white women, it's white passing people I see as well. There's this thing that they do and they have around white people, other white people, and they're so like, I don't know, maybe it's an American thing, but they know the right things to say. They don't know, even the way they like vocalize themselves is so loud, and like
I think what you're trying to get at is that they're good at code switching. Even
if you saw the type of people I'm talking about, like, wow, I'm just left, right, center, so much energy, and like vocalizing so many things, and saying it with your chest, and not being afraid. And I'm just here like,
I don't know. For me, I'm also like, I don't know how people upkeep that energy for so long. I feel like I can do that for a little bit, but it becomes draining, and I'm like, I can't do that every single day.
What's been bothering you, Chummy?
Oh, I know what's been bothering me this week, guys. I'm gonna need both my hands to explain this point. I saw this video the other day, and it also just relates to what bothers me about how being a person with a unique name is very character building, and if you don't have a unique name, it's just something you miss out on in this life, you know? There's just certain steps of character development that you skipped, you know? And this video, I obviously related to it, but this week what happened was one of someone that I work with, and I work with relatively closely. Like, this is not a person who I see once in a blue moon. Like, I work with them pretty frequently, and I think this happened like last week, in fact, but I realized it this week, or I don't remember between the 2 weeks. Sorry, I'm tired, y'all. But they said my name wrong in a meeting with like many people, and
how did they say it?
No, I don't feel like butchering myself that way. But they said my name wrong, and they pretty much just pronounced like the PH as an F instead of a P, and then also like the E vowel was said wrong, and it was just not right. And I understand if you're just meeting me and you mispronounce my name, cool, like you don't know me, or maybe even if like we've been working in the same company for a while or in the same production for a while, but maybe I don't interact with you, like you don't interact with everyone, but for a person, like once you've interacted a couple of times, or like, you get what I mean? We've been in the same kind of circles for months and months, like over 6 months. Like, I feel like it's a bit... And I don't think they did it on purpose. And my issue isn't with them. And I did have a conversation with them about it. And I was like, hey, this is actually how you pronounce my name, not this. I felt awkward about the fact that I had to do that because you've known me for so long. But B, I was just like... I don't know. It's just exhausting.
It is.
It is.
I think that's it.
It
And I think that's
is.
why it's been bothering
It
me. I'm like,
is.
it's just exhausting
Very
because it's
true.
like, there's only so many times. Also, like, my name is said all the time.
Yeah.
How many times we have meetings? My name is said all the time. So I'm just like, And then, like, this always happens to me whenever I meet people here and I tell them my name here. And I'm like, oh, my name is Patek. And then they're like, oh, so the H is silent. And I'm like, no. It's not an English name. And then they're like, but then why is it PH? I'm like, do you guys realize this alphabet is used in many, many, many languages, right?
Yeah.
Like, these 26 letters, it's used in languages other than English. Like, it's not every foreign language that has its own, like, alphabets and different characters. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I know a lot of Asian languages do, but, like, a lot of languages elsewhere still use English characters. We just use them differently and pronounce them differently. And I don't even know if they are English. Isn't the alphabet from, like, Latin or Old English?
I couldn't tell
I
you.
couldn't tell you.
I'm pretty sure it is, because every time you look at like a dictionary or
Latin,
thesaurus and you look at like
yeah.
the etymology of a word, it
yeah,
always
probably
says like
Latin.
Latin or Old English. So it's one of them. Anyways, my point is,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like we three have obviously not white names, and it's just people who I've just shortened my name. Before I used to shorten my name to Izzy.
where's
Like-
the Z? Where's the Z?
Well, actually, I didn't do that. But like someone like in school, because I grew up in Egypt. I think for them Izzy was just easier, and I just never said anything. I was like, okay, and everyone just called me Izzy. But then I just hit a moment where I'm like, no, like there's no Z, and like that's short for like Isabel, and I'm not an Isabel. I'm not an Isabel. You think I look like an Isabel? And I'm like, no, call me. I like Issy. Issy's so much cuter, and I think that Issy is so easy. I personally think Issy is so easy to pronounce. But a lot of people I've been meeting here are like, oh, what's your name? I'm like, Issy. Izzy? No, Issy.
I've had someone-
Izzy? I'm like, no, it's just with an S. And like, oh, that's going to be really hard. I'm like, what?
Also, what do you expect me to say when I tell you my name and you're like, that's gonna be a struggle for me? Must I disappear?
Yeah, that's
Must I
no
disintegrate
problem.
into sand? I don't know. And I understand, like, whatever, when you grow up in different places, certain names are difficult, okay? But like, what do you want me to say?
What do you
Like,
want me to do about it? Yeah.
What do you want me to do about it? 'Cause
What do you
I
want me to
can't
do
change
about
my
it?
name. Like,
Like,
No, it's crazy.
what are you going to say?
It's so crazy. No, that people can't pronounce names.
Yeah.
I've been called Sarah so many times. My name is not Sarah.
they mix the H and
And I just feel like people, they just choose to mishear,
Or
or
Sahara.
maybe the voice particles in their ear, like, oh, it's Sarah.
Sarah.
I know Sarah.
There-
It's like, that's not what I said.
Bear in mind, I've made it easier for you guys to say Sahar. It's not even pronounced like that.
yeah.
And you can't even say that!
So actually,
Yeah,
just hang it up.
it sucks. Also, I do feel like it's a sign of just laziness, disrespect. Like, if you work with this person and they still mispronounce your name, it's like, so fuck me then, right? Like, fuck me. So fuck me then. Fuck me then.
Huh? And again, I know people don't do it on purpose, but I'm like, it's just the effort, man.
No, it's the effort. Yeah, I feel like effort.
And if you do doubt how someone's name is pronounced and you've known them for a long time, just ask them. Rather than, oh, I'm going to guess and then I'm going to butcher your name in front of all these people. Like, what's been bothering you this week, darling?
gas prices.
Ew.
Gas prices.
Ew.
Have you guys seen California gas prices now? Through the roof. I used to search before for gas that was no more than $4, and because I'm just like, I'm not gonna pay more than $4, like $3.99. I know that's basically $4.
You
but
would
$3.99.
succeed. You would succeed in searching.
I would
I'm not
succeed.
paying.
I would succeed every time. Sometimes I even find like a cheeky $3.90. You know,
Cheeky
like,
$3.90.
I feel like I've won the lottery whenever I find gas that's like $4 or like the late 390s. Because guys,
No.
and for all the people who live in this country but not in California, we understand your gas is $2. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
We're so happy for you.
Oh, everyone's like, oh, we don't get those prices out here. We $2.
Yeah, well, you live in the middle of nowhere.
Exactly. Relax. But we get.
They
we
are
get-
relaxed. They live in the middle of nowhere.
I know. Obviously, they said that the gas prices were going to increase, but I'm like, today it's increasing. It increased today.
This has to
I
be
was
the
like,
day?
wait. I said, wait. I wasn't ready. So I've been like, the cheapest I've been finding was $5.10, and I've been seeing upwards to $6, $6.15. And I'm just like, we're losing the plot here.
Have you ever gone to like Malibu or PCH area and looked at the gas prices there.
No,
I've never
I can't.
actually looked at them
I
there.
can't.
The gas prices there.
How much is
Guys,
gas?
if
How
if
much?
you're done with gas, just pray. Just pray that you can keep going on the highway until you get to, I don't know, maybe Santa Monica. That's still gonna be expensive, but it's gonna be better than there. My gosh. No, the gas prices are really crazy. And whenever I'm always just like, oh, gas prices here are crazy. Obviously, we know why. So don't be staring at us like we don't know why the gas prices are crazy.
Why.
And it is a very superficial problem to have, but it is a problem nonetheless. Okay.
Yes, and I just feel like maybe siphoning gas from some people's cars, like opening up and putting it in my car. I know that's not legal. I'm not saying I'm doing it, but I'm just saying like with these prices, with
Don't
these
you have
huge
cars that run on water?
Yeah,
But then we'd run out of water as a resource.
or there's some cars that run on like old oil. I know it's a new invention that people are trying to use like old, like this
Where
person.
does the old oil come from?
Like used cooking oil. Okay, it's not something now, but I know someone invented it.
After you cook.
But yeah.
Isi! So, guys, in case you haven't realized, we have good taste on this show. And the guests we bring you, we think about it, right? They're cool girlies. And we actually haven't had a guy yet. But should we bring a guy, there will be a cool guy. I'm gonna try this again.
Yeah, I was like, bring a guy here. I was like, why would I be there?
Why would they
Why
be
would a
here?
man be
Why would a man be there?
Why would a man be there? No, it's actually pissing me off.
You
Is
guys.
he gay?
Good men exist. I'm not doing this again. Anyways, guys, Isi is a creative girly. She's a producer. She's a TikToker. She's a fine Niger gal. She's grown up in Egypt, in London. She's now in America. She's a citizen of the
Miss
world.
International.
Minister
Marry me.
of enjoyment.
Give me
Intercontinental.
passports.
Thank you so much. So just to start us off, so people can get to know you, I'm gonna just ask you generally, what is home to you?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
That's a great question because we spoke at length that I don't really know what.
That's actually also why I wanted to ask you
Don't
this
really
question, because I
know.
remember.
Yeah.
I think what you
Yes.
said at dinner is really valuable. So tell the audience, what's home to you?
Yes, of course. Thank you, Pataka, for that introduction.
Mm.
Home. So, like you mentioned, I grew up in Egypt.
Mm-hmm.
I also lived in the UK for like 10 years, roughly. Then I moved to the US. But I'm from Nigeria. But I have a US passport.
Because you were born. You skipped where you were born. So you were born US.
I was born in the US.
Then Egypt.
And I lived to Egypt, UK,
Then-
here.
Thank you so much.
And I just feel like home has been, because obviously when I grew up in Egypt, not a lot of people look like me. I think in my class, I was the only black girl in my class for a good number of years. Or whenever there was like a black person that came, they would leave after like 1 or 2 years because a lot of the families would like move away and stuff. So people made it very clear that like, oh, you're not from here. And I'll be like, yeah, I know I'm not from here. Or people would ask me like, this girl asked me one time, and this was before I came into like race consciousness, but she was like, oh, Issy, why are you black?
How old are you guys?
I was young. I think not like 9, 10, like.
Why are you black? Is crazy.
I don't know, she didn't mean it in a malicious way because everyone else wasn't black. And then also I didn't know about race. So in my head I would be like, and I think I even told her, I remember just saying like I'm Nigerian, but in my head I'm like, I don't know, I am different from all of you. But that kind of, I think growing up being different and not having like a full community of like Nigerians around just did something to the psyche. And I feel like, and I'm very privileged and I'm lucky to have been able to move around, but I think it's also just building up somewhere, okay, then leaving, building up in another place, then leaving. And I think I just struggle to figure out like where home is. So I think right now home for me is the people that I have in my life, because I'm so lucky and blessed to know amazing people in all the places that I've like lived in and moved to. Like I feel like I have a friend in almost every corner of the world. And I'll say for now, that's my version of home. It's not like
It's
a
the
physical place, it's the people. I think it's when I'm like go to a place, it's the energy and vibe that I feel with the people there. And I do want, hopefully in the future, to settle somewhere, to build something and let that be my base, so I can just try to like feel like a home, you know. But right now it's a little bit all over the place. So,
And I think that's so valid, because a lot of people, like, especially like, I don't know, in my culture, it's like they base so much on family and and your country, but it's just like, well, sometimes family can disappoint you. Sometimes countries are taken away from you. So what's home then?
Yeah.
I think that's lovely that you can find home in people and create communities. Miss Creative Isi.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about what you do and what you love in the creative field, because you do film, you make content. What is your favorite thing about, I guess you can start with any, content creation, producing, and what has been the most, I guess, difficult part of staying in this creative field?
Of course. Bear with me, I might ask you to repeat some questions if I forgot them. But I also went to Chapman as well. I don't know if you mentioned that on the chat, but like we all went to Chapman.
We went to the same grad school.
Yes. I was on the producing track, and I produced your thesis film, and I just think that was the first time I was like in the world of producing, or like really like into like, this is what a producer does. And I was like, oh my God, this is so much, like everything's on me.
It's a lot of work.
Everything's on me.
It's a lot of work.
But just realizing that like that comes with great responsibility, of course. And I think the first time I produced, I was like scared. I was like, oh my gosh, I think I had to break out of the, oh, I don't want people to hate me. Oh, I don't want to be seen as da-da-da. Because producing, you have to be like kind of a force. You need to be strong. You need to kind of not be bogged down in like the itty-bitty thing. You need to see the overall picture.
Yeah. And remind people what the big picture is.
Exactly. And like sometimes the little issues, they can be dealt with, but it's not the most pertinent thing to deal with at the moment. So I think my time at Chapman just taught me how like the force and stuff that you need to have in order to create your project. So I think as a creator, that really just taught me like, okay, yeah, this is what it calls for.
What was like one of your like favorite moments of producing? Yeah. I've worded that better now. Like, what was the most enjoyable part of?
Honestly, obviously working with like friends and working with people who like the community that you've built and stuff, like that's obviously the main part for me. I think when you find people that have the same vision and that you love and stuff, I think that's how you cultivate connection.
Yes.
And then I'll say another part was just, for example, when I was like producing your film, it was
our
film, but like it was because obviously I had to call all the vendors. I was also the line producer. So for me, because we had a lot of elements in the film that I had to like call for, like the porta potties, the piano, the this, the that. I just feel like having the control to be like, okay, piano's coming this time, porta potties this time. Like I just having the power to be like, okay, everything I've organized is coming to fruition.
I love it.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I love it.
It's nice. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I also want to say with like this chat about like producing, and you can see she's talking about booking parking lots and whatever. Guys, people always ask, well, not always, but creatives know obviously, but people not in creative industries are like, what does a producer do? Guys, everything.
Everything.
We do everything. Like I just don't know what to tell people when I told them I produced something and they, what did you do? I'm like, what did I not do?
Literally.
That is a better question.
Paperwork, phone calls, emails, going up to people. Oh, we need
Story
signatures.
development, editing, like
Contracts,
feedback, notes,
I contracts, with
hiring,
transportation, location,
fire safety,
HR.
Yes, I beefed
managing egos.
Yeah. Guys, I'm so happy to have producers in my life. I literally Don't know.
We're happy to have you.
Because also right now I work in the producer world. There's so much paperwork, guys. Every time someone has a paper cut, incident report. Incident report! I'm so tired of incident reports!
That's why you need to have all your P's
That's what you
and
get for being a
Q's in
production assistant,
order.
huh?
You need to have
That's
P's.
what you get.
That's have everything organized and just so you know what's going on. So no one, for me, it's always making sure that you have your back covered, because that's how someone will come and be like,
Yeah,
I'm
covering your ass.
And they have to be like, well, you signed this piece of paper, so.
Always ask questions, always record things, always take pictures of things.
Amen.
Amen.
But we also know that you are a content creator. Guys,
Yeah.
if you TikTok, hilarious content.
Yes.
Like, you will actually chuckle for so long if you stalk her.
You
What?
can stalk me.
Yeah.
Yeah. What? Where did that
Come from?
come
I'm
from?
still a
How does
professional
that
liar.
fit
What
in
is going
the?
on?
How does that fit in the tapestry of all the things that you do?
Yes.
Growing up, like I grew up on YouTube. I used to watch a lot of YouTube videos, and for like a majority of my life, I just feel like I've always had this creative like spark where I was just meant to be on like YouTube or like, you know, social media. But obviously, again, I'm Nigerian, the youngest daughter in a Nigerian household, so I never could have communicated that. Like, I'm gonna tell my parents like, oh, I just want to be a professional social media person. Anyway, so I was ignoring it for the longest time, and then in 2020 to 2021, or the 2021? Anyway, I was doing a year abroad in Texas, and I was just telling myself, like, I was just watching all of TikToks, and a part of me, I was watching all these other TikToks. Some of the videos were good. Other videos, I was like, oh, okay, how does this video have like 1 million views? And I told myself, like, okay, let me just try posting every single day, because videos like this, if videos like this can do well, why can't my videos do well? So one day, I think it was the month of December to January, I forgot the year, but I was just posting every day. So I made a video, it's like a satirical video of someone asking for help or something to be explained. And then I just pretended to lie and like as if I knew everything. And I'm like, oh, I'm a professional person that has a master's. I have 20 masters and I can explain to you why this isn't working. That first video I made did well. Like, it wasn't the main video that blew up, but like it did well. Like I think I got 50,000 views or something. And I was like, okay. So then I made another one, and then that did better. That was like maybe 100,000 views. And then I made another one, and that one was the one that like where someone was asking if she was being hacked by Google, and I said like, yes, I'm an ethical hacker. You are in fact being hacked. Like, this is not a good sign. And I was just blabbing. You can clearly tell I'm not like, I don't know what I'm talking about. Like, I'm saying stuff that doesn't make sense. And that video blew up. I think that got like 4 million or 5 million views. And I was just like, wow, okay. So I started doing that.
Yeah.
Started making that same content, and I think people really enjoyed it. And I think in a week I gained 100,000 followers. Yeah, that was crazy.
That's crazy.
But I will say with that account, I don't think I was unfortunately kind of afraid of the new visibility. So I would post, but I wasn't posting as much as I should have at that time. Okay, granted, I was quite young and also still in school, and so I do feel like in retrospect I could have done even more. And also for context, I made my account in Egypt, so even though I was getting all these views and stuff, I wasn't monetized. I didn't get a single cent. I didn't see anything from that.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Over 100K followers. Also, like, yeah, a lot of creatives on the continent are not getting funded. The TikTok Creator Fund doesn't work on the continent.
I just
still?
don't understand. I don't know. Yeah, it doesn't work.
Like, you don't get paid. Like if your account is crazy anywhere on the African continent, you don't get paid
for
how it performs on TikTok.
No, not at all. You can't join the Creator Fund. Like, and they said, even though I lived in the US, they said like, oh, if you've lived in the US for like more than 90 days, you can qualify. And I did at that time. And I emailed. Nothing. And
so you eventually started a new account, yeah?
Yeah, so I made a new account. That one is focused on dating. Oh my gosh. And again, I didn't think that account would do well. Like, I was posting, because at the same time I was going on dates. My time in Texas was revolutionary, like, for me, because I never dated like that. I never had a first kiss, never did anything. So I just told myself, I'm gonna just try it out. So I went on dates, and then I made videos about like my dates, and they were doing well. And so that's how that account was like made and stuff. And then I found it interesting that two completely different concepts people were like resonating with, and grad school happened. Grad school kind of broke my spirit. Don't go to grad school if you don't need to go to grad school, okay? Kind of broke me. So I didn't really post, but now I'm getting back into it, and I just realized like I feel like there's something there.
Yeah.
There's always been something there, and I think a lot of it for me is based on like fear. I think fear stops me from doing a lot of things, or the uncertainty, and I think my brain makes up a lot of these rules randomly that don't make sense.
Yeah.
That I just tell myself like, oh, I can't do this because of this, and I have to force myself to be like, no, that doesn't make sense. Yeah. So that's
so now you're just trying to like reconcile all these like peaks of success that you've had online and see like how can you like
I'm trying to bring them together. Yeah. And I'm just been posting and to see what hits. I think I'm just going back to what I used to do, just posting to post. You really never know what will go viral.
So what do you actually like? I know you're still figuring stuff out, but like between all your different creative endeavors, what do you want?
I think play around right now. I do desire to build like a community of people who consistently like will watch me, and I feel like I do have that. Like even in the 2 years that I kind of stopped posting, like recently as I've been posting, people from 2 years ago they still remember me, or they're like, oh, they say things like happy to see you back, da da da, and I see the support, and I do want to foster that. And then I think eventually I want to do something similar to Issa Rae or Quinta Brunson, who they built an online, like Issa Rae had a YouTube channel where she was making short series on her YouTube before Insecure was everything. Quinta Brunson, I think she was on BuzzFeed. And just stuff like that where like people know you and people trust you, trust your work, trust your stuff. And then I think eventually as I grow, I do want to I should be writing now, but write stuff and hopefully use my audience as leverage to like explore that. I know that's not a traditional, conventional way of doing stuff, but
we are way past the era of only entering this industry through traditional means.
100%. And I just feel like right now with the world is very crazy right now, and I think you just gotta try everything before it's too late. So yeah.
That's lovely, darling, and very inspiring as well.
Thank
I
you.
hope that you trust all the times that you've been able to like do well, that like you can do it again and again, and like cultivate that in whatever way that you want in your life.
Thank you. I will say I found it even easier this time, or even better, because I have the support of you too. I love you guys so much. I think the number of times I've like cried, and like I think last year I just was going through a lot. And I think it was without you guys and just your advice and the fact that you believed in me, and that also just validated that I wasn't crazy in what I wanted to do. Because staying in LA, like I'm just going on a path that's very different. To like what I've been told I need to do. So I just feel like without you, and I wouldn't have been as like confident. Like I don't think I would have been here still in terms of like living here. So yeah.
Me neither. Me neither, mate.
Me neither.
Why are you looking away?
I feel left out.
You're here.
I know, but like I don't have guys, just for context, I got here first. I'm the youngest in the group, but I've been here the longest. So that's why the me it ends with me, because there's no one that was here before me that I can relate to this to. But I'm glad I found you too.
Oh, thank you, mommy.
Thank you, mommy.
Can I just be the actual baby of this group?
No, stop. Act like a baby.
No, the youngest
Act like a baby.
are the mommies. Thank
Act
you.
like a baby, and then we'll treat you like a baby. She's always on it, mate.
Anyways, guys, this life can be very long and very lonely, especially if you live somewhere where you weren't born or a place that you don't call home. So do yourself a favor and find some lovely friends like the people on this lovely couch. And thank you for joining us today, Isi,
thank you, Miss
and
Isi.
sharing your story with us on this lovely couch.
Thank you, pretty strawberry Isi.
Yeah.
How can the human beings of the internet find you?
You can find me on TikTok. That's my main account. TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Fortnite.
Yeah?
Streaming. Hey,
What you
hello.
play?
I'm a streamer
now.
on my iPad. Fortnite. Isi, let's get busy. ISILETSBUSY. Isi, let's get busy.
Love it. Woo! We forgot to say subscribe and stuff.
Oh yes, subscribe.
Yes.
Comment.
Yes.
Like. Share.
Yes.
With your whole family.
Yes.
The ones
Your
that
mom,
live here and
your
everyone.
dad, your
Yes.
grandma, your grandpa. Tell them all to subscribe.
Yes, your cousin that you haven't met yet. Send it to them.
Yes.
Your
That's
baby
how you're gonna
mama.
That's how
introduce
you
yourself to
open the
them.
conversation.
Yes.
Baby
exactly.
daddy.
Your
You're thinking
baby
of living
daddy,
somewhere in the world? Just send this conversation.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
The person you have a crush on, send this to them. Thank you.
Your ex, send it to them.
If you want to filter out and see if they have a good sense of humor, just
Just send this.
exactly.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Okay, bye.
Bye.